Greetings! BougeRV is back with a new and improved hot water shower. This thing is ultra portable, has a built-in battery, uses the little 1 pound green propane tank so you can buy just about anywhere. Has a nice display on the front, comes with a whole bunch of accessories. It seems pretty cool, but is it any good? Let's find out.
HOBOTECH.
So let's start with the screen, very simple, off and on button. Off and on for the pump, which it does come with the battery operated pump. So the pump is powered by the battery that is inside this portable heater. Quick connect system, very, very cool. Much updated over the other model. You can adjust the temperature up and down with the plus and minus. It goes up to 118 Fahrenheit. And right now I am charging it for my first use. So it comes with an AC power brick, which you can charge it with AC power from like a solar generator or whatever. And we have a 12-volt plug, so this is just plugs right in. Everything's color-coded, which is kind of cool, so you can't mess it up. You can see right there it's red where you're plugging in the power. The pump, on the other hand, is just black. This is for your cold water intake for the pump. This is the hot water where the shower comes out. Very easy, quick connects. Snap, you're in, that's it. And then to undo it, you just pull it a little bit, pull a little springy part on the quick connect, and you're done. So hot and cold, it instantly plugs in. You're like, boom, boom, boom. There's your pump, you're ready to go. All you have to do is screw in the propane. You're probably thinking, why in the heck is this mounted on the side? Well, it's not. This is a magnetic shower head holder, so it's got two little magnets on the back. You can also put a screw or a nail through here and hang it off a tree or a 2x4 or whatever. I didn't even realize this feature. I'm like wondering why this is a different color. It says shower on it. It doesn't tell you in the book to do this, but it shows it on their website. And I'm like, how did they get it to stay there? Not realizing there were magnets on the back. So there you go. And there's a magnet on the other side too, so you can mount it on either side. It's basically for storing it while you're carrying it, so you don't have the thing dragging on the ground. You have to use two hands. You're obviously not going to take a shower this way, but I guess some people could probably wash their hair using it this way. So you just have to make sure you don't cover up the hot exhaust because it pulls in cold air here, uses the propane to heat up the water, and then ejects the hot air out the top. Speaking of the propane, it does come with this removable and replaceable regulator. Just screws right on and off. You just put the little 1 pound green tanks underneath. So I'm going to go pull out one of those tomorrow. I'm going to do this during the day outside so I can show you guys how it works. So some quick specs from the manual: 16 by 13 by 7 inches approximately, about 15 pounds. So it's very lightweight. This thing is pretty easy to pick up considering it has a 4 amp hour or 4,000 milliwatt hour battery inside. It is a lithium ion, meaning it is fully rechargeable for at least 500 cycles. I doubt too many people will use this for 5, 6, 7, 800 cycles, but it's there. The battery provides a runtime of 100 minutes. It takes about 2 hours to charge to 90%. It's going to take about twice that to charge it all the way to 100%. This does heat at 20,000 BTUs, charges from 12 volts at 5 amps, and the maximum flow rate is 3 liters per minute, and for my American audience, that's about 3/4 of a gallon per minute. Well, you're not going to be washing your house or hosing down your car with this. 3/4 of a gallon per minute is plenty enough flow to take a shower. Take it from somebody who lived in a van for 4 years. I use all kinds of camping showers. Those bags you put on the ground and heat up and you hang them and you got like 1 gallon of water and it's drizzling out. This is definitely going to be better than that. So their last camping shower I had, and I was supposed to review it, but one thing led to another, I never did. This one is much new and improved, so I'm really looking forward to taking it outside and trying it out. So let's go ahead and fast forward till tomorrow and put this thing through its paces. Okay, here we are in my old lady's greenhouse, and no, we're not growing weed in here. We actually grow food to eat. So this is the only place out of the wind outside that I could splash water around and not have an issue. So we're going to do this in here today. As you can see, I have the BougeRV shower hooked up, ready to go. I have a 5-gallon jug of water that I'll show you on the ground. Everything's hooked up. It literally takes seconds. And there we go, I just turned it on and it's now ready to go. I am setting this at the maximum temperature of 118 degrees, and I'm going to test the temperature of the water, and I'm going to test the flow rate. We're going to see how long it takes to drain this 5-gallon container. We're going to do some temperature tests, and that's going to be about it. So here's our 5-gallon bin. The pump just drops right in. Drop it all the way to the bottom in the corner. I have it leaning to the side a bit so we can get as much water as we can. Okay, I only ran this for a few moments just to make sure it worked, and it did warm up the water. I don't know if you can see that. It says 84 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that and show you how fast it builds up temperature. So this number is the inlet temperature, and this number is the output temperature. So pretty much all I got to do is turn the pump on. The pump will start running. It takes a few seconds. There it's running. And then on the little shower head, you have this button you press, and it lets the water come out. Then you have 3 settings. You have shower. You have sort of a half in between shower and pressure spray, and then you have what would be considered a pressure spray, which is actually pretty decent. This seems a lot more than 3/4 of a gallon per minute, but there you have it. So now you can see the temperature is going up. I'm running it. Let's let it get all the way up to maximum temperature and see how long that takes. I am going to feel the water. The water is nice and warm, plenty warm enough for a shower at 104 degrees. It is taking quite a while to get up to 118. The water inlet temperature is not that cold. It's 66 degrees. That's about what it comes out of my well. And that seems to be it, 106. That's still plenty hot enough to take a shower, but oh, there we go. Now it's gradually increasing. Takes quite a while though. I'm not reaching the maximum 118. Now if you turn off the button here, the pump will continue to run for about 2 minutes and then it will shut off. So let's go ahead and test that. So I started the timer. Let's see how long it takes to shut off. I'm going to add about 20 seconds to that because it took me that long to get my phone out. Okay, almost exactly 2 minutes to pump shut off, so we had to add 30 seconds to that. Now, one of the biggest issues I have with these kind of instant water heaters, and it goes with the same as the ones in RVs. I have several RVs with several instant water heaters. I own several portable water heaters, and it suffers from the same problem as all of these instant water heaters. That is the fact that once you shut it off and you start it back up, you get a blast of cold water that causes major shrinkage. So let's see if this is going to cause major shrinkage or it's going to be nice and warm.
Well, I just got back from swimming in the pool and the water was cold.
You mean shrinkage?
Yes!
Now remember, it's been off for more than 2 minutes, so let's see if you actually get a blast of cold or if it warms up instantly, because they say 3 seconds, so let's see. Pump on. All right, let's see. That's warm. Still warm. Still warm. It's getting hot. Okay, no shrinkage. I think I just found the first. Oh, it's getting a little cold. Oh, it's back to warm again. Okay, so just for a couple of seconds, it cooled down, but I did have it off for almost 3 minutes. So let's do that same test. Let's let it get up to temperature again, like 108, 110. Shut it off for a few seconds and see if you're stopping to lather up, if it will stay hot. Okay, so let's shut this off and let's pretend like we're lathering up, which is what you do in a camping shower. You're doing your hair, you're doing your body. We'll just wait like 30 seconds and then turn the water back on and see if we get any burst of cold or not, because that is the true test of a good camping shower. In my hand, even with my glove on, it feels nice and warm. So if you're camping in some cold conditions and you need a shower, this is actually gonna be really nice. Okay, we're coming up on 30 seconds just about now. So say you're all lathered up and you're ready to turn the shower back on. It does say the output's 106. Well, let's see if it's actually still warm, if we get a blast of cold or not. I hear the propane fire back up. It does the auto ignition. Warm, nice and warm, hot, cools down a little. Yeah, a little cooler. 95 seems about right. I think it cools down to about 95 degrees before it heats back up again. After running for maybe 5 seconds, it does cool down for a few seconds, maybe about 3. And that's what they said, it takes about 3 seconds to heat the water up. But it doesn't get ice cold like the water in here. The water in there is 66 degrees, major shrinkage. The fact that this will output about 95 degrees at its worst case scenario is actually still quite good. 95 degree water, I've bathed in that many times camping, setting out those little Coleman things on the ground to let the sun warm them up. You're lucky if it gets 90, 95 degrees. You just don't want to shower in something that's like got ice crystals in it. And we're going to verify that what the output temperature is at least reasonably close, because yeah, if it's a few degrees off, who cares? But you don't want it to be way off. My new fancy meter says it's 73 degrees in here. That seems about right. The water temperature coming out is a few degrees lower, which you expect because it is running through all this hose. Because it's measuring the temperature at the Bouge and not at the outlet. So you're going to lose a degree or two from this pretty long rubber hose. That's got to be close to 8 feet maybe, rubber hose. So you can put this thing outside and then run the shower part inside for a safe shower, because this does give off some pollution, some carbon monoxide, very small amounts. Like, I'm in this big room, and even though it's enclosed, there's no risk of me dying in here from carbon monoxide because I got big openings with fans on the wall, and plus I'm right here by the door. So anyway, it looks like it really passes that temperature test. It heats up quickly. It's pretty close to what it says on the unit. Now I just want to see the flow rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this back up all the way. And I'm going to run this until it's dry and time it and see how long 5 gallons is going to last you, because everybody wants to know that. That's about what most people carry for showers, is a 5-gallon container. We started the timer, and now I'll come back and let you know how long it takes to drain this 5 gallons. By the way, I want to let you know while this is running, it is very, very quiet. I can hear the pump running a little bit in the water. That's not making any noise at all. There's no point in trying to do a sound test. And I also noticed that the output where the exhaust is, it's hot, but it's just trickling out. I thought there might be a fan or something that would blow the heat out, but no, it's just convection. It just takes cool air in from the bottom, blows the hot air out the top. There's no fan. So it's completely silent. It's very quiet and peaceful in here listening to the water run. And we're up to 113 degrees. That seems to be the maximum with this inlet temperature of water. Now, if the inlet water temperature is a little bit warmer, like say in the mid 70s, you'd probably hit the 118 limit on this. But 113, trust me, that's the actual temperature I have set in my RV, because I can set the temperature of my instant heater in my RV. I set it to 113 for the family, and nobody complains that it's too cold. And that's when we're camping, it can be pretty cold out. All right, we're sucking bottom. Maybe I should restate that. The pump is now dry. It took just over 10 minutes. Now, I have to make a correction. I forgot. These new jugs that I got, they're not 5 gallons or 7 gallons. So 7 gallons in 10 minutes, I'll do the math and put it on screen, but it's, oh, there goes the pink lights. That means it's time to wrap it up. Go ahead and put the number at the bottom of the screen of how many gallons per minute that is, but doing the math in my head, it sounds about right, somewhere around 3/4, 2/3, something like that per minute. The battery did run down, it looked like, but then it went back up when the pump stopped running. So they do claim 100 minutes runtime. We ran this about 15 minutes total. So yeah, you can definitely take at least 10 showers. I would say your whole family can shower for the weekend pretty easily with one charge. Now, I'm not going to go through and test and see how long it takes to drain a whole thing of propane. I'll let you guys do that and report in. But the thing works fantastically, and this thing is super compact, so I think what I'm going to do is take it with me camping from now on, and we can use it as an outdoor shower, or if we want to save the water inside the RV tank, we can just use a jug that we can fill up at a spigot. Instead of having to take the whole RV into town and fill it up, we can just fill it up at a spigot. But there's lots of uses for this. Washing your pets, washing your dog. So this is a big win for Bouge. I think this is a great product. So let's go ahead and do the wrap up. There you have it, the version 2 of the BougeRV portable water heater. That's at least what they call it in the book. I thought they'd have a new name for it, but it's just an update or a new version of the portable propane water heater that they released last year. I think this thing's fantastic. There are no complaints I have with it except for one, and that is the price. Now, the list price is like $329, which is on par with competition. If you go on Amazon, you search for portable water heater with battery, you're not going to get too many because most of them don't have a battery built in. I bought a portable shower. I forget the brand name. It's a big white box. You gotta plug it into pressurized water and stuff. It didn't have a pump, and that was $250. Now, fortunately, BougeRV does always supply a really good discount for their products through HOBOTECH. With my code, this drops the price down to $299, which makes it a little more respectful, a little more reasonable. The competition basically sets the price. This is still a lower price than all the other battery-powered propane competition that I could find online. Now, there might be some Alibaba crap that you have to wait 3 months to get through China, but if you're looking for something to buy and have it in the next week or two, There's not a lot of options that have a built-in battery on top of the propane. Now that's a big deal because it means you don't have to carry a power station or plug anything in. You push a button and you're ready to go. And this thing holds a charge basically for an entire weekend full of showers for multiple people. So keeping it charged up is not an issue. Those little green propane bottles, you can buy them anywhere, usually Walmart, 2 for $6 or around that. And with the right adapter, I'm sure you can hook this up to a big tank. Wouldn't make it portable anymore, but for those of you that want to save a bunch of money. Or you can watch my very, very, very old video, 7 or 8 years old now. Actually, it was a very popular video on how to refill those little green tanks with a big tank. And I got yelled at for putting that out there, but this was pre-professor days. So I just did everything that I wanted to do back then, didn't care about the consequences. If you really want to know how to refill them, go watch that old video. But that's all there is to it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you're interested in the BougeRV portable water heater, the link is going to be in the description of this video below. I'm going to put a QR code over here. You can scan if you're watching me on TV. It'll take you on over to the BougeRV store page. It's actually the HOBOTECH BougeRV store page, where you can get that discount, knocks the price down to $2.99. You can check out the portable water heater. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Odin commands you to like and subscribe, and clean my litter box.